operating when we use the gifts from the Spirit. We have to have that. 12:17. Look at this passage. If it's ministry, let us use it in ministering. Him who teaches in teaching. If you are called to ministry, it'll come out. Then minister. That means serving and helping. Do those gifts. If your gift is teaching, then teach. Now listen, if you want to teach and that's not your gift, that's going to come out too. Okay? It will. Some people want a gift and it's not their gift, and they try really hard, but you're like, it just ain't working. Listen, if you want to be a teacher and no one comes to your class after 3 weeks, well, maybe it's a curriculum. Nah, I'm not thinking that. Well, maybe it's the color of the pen and what. I ain't feeling it. All the other classes have teachers in them, as students in them. It just might be you. Just might. If you don't have that gift, it'll come out. And I've sat on a lot of teachers. Some have been dynamic. Some have been dry. Some have been dreadfully painful. Just because they're educated doesn't mean that they're a teacher. You know? So that's it. Now, so it says, if you have ministry, then minister. If teaching, teaching. He who exhorts, exhortation. Encourage him. Those who have the gift of giving, use it generously. If you have the gift of leading, then use it with diligence. And those who show mercy, do it with cheerfulness. Whatever your gift is, he said, listen, let me tell you, whatever your gift is, when you find it out, use it to the best of your ability. Amen. Don't use it sparingly. If you find out what your gift is, do it all you can. Now, there's some of these gifts you find out, people have the gift of giving. They love doing it, but when they're expected to do it, it's no fun. One gentleman that I know, you probably know him too, he has a gift of giving, but then when people come ask him all the time, he doesn't get to use his gift. It's expected, and then it's no fun for him. He said, my initials not ATM. That's not it. All right? Someone has a gift of giving, that's not their initials. But they want to give. They want to use their gift. And same thing, whatever your gift is, you want to use it. But when it's expected of you and demanded from you, it's no longer service. It's not fun for you. You want to use it, and you want to do it according to God's standards, and you want to help others. And we need to be able to identify with that. Now, I want to look at 2 verses in 1 Corinthians. It's verses 4 and 11, 1 Corinthians 12. I have both of them together. There's verses in between that, obviously. But we're just going to look at the Spirit that works 4 and 11. There are diversity of gifts, but the same Spirit. There is one and the same Spirit that works all these things, distributing to each one as he wills. So if you don't like your gift, understand, the Spirit of God chose that for you. Now, the Spirit is God. He knows everything about you. He said, this is the best gift for you. And he chose that for you. Whatever your gift is, find out what that is, use it, understanding that there's a whole bunch of gifts, but the Spirit of God chose this gift specially for you, knowing that he knit you and put you together in your mother's womb. He knows what gift would best suit you, and that he gave you the gift to match up with your personality and who you are and how you can serve him and how you can be effective in his kingdom, drawing other people into coming to know Christ as their Savior. Then he goes verse 9. Let's go back to Romans 12:9. Let love be without hypocrisy. Abhor what is evil. Cling to what's good. You have that phrase. First of all, let love be without hypocrisy. Don't act like you love somebody. How many of you could tell when people are putting on a show? Oh, I just love you. Well, I don't love you. You know, you could tell. You could tell when someone is phony or someone's real. You can tell when someone comes up, and I have certain people come in, and they try, oh, Pastor, I just love you. That is very unappealing. It just is. So don't be play acting with love. You can play act so much with love. It's going to come out. So let it not be with hypocrisy. And then this phrase, abhor what's evil, cling to what's good. God is very, very impressed with this. Think, how so? Do you understand when Job was there and Satan came and wanted to corrupt Job, wanted to torment him, that God said, there is none like him down there who clings what's good, abhors what's evil. That was Job's character. That's what impressed him to God so much. He abhorred evil and clung to what was good. That's what God said about him. When he uses this here, we cannot just look over that. That is a very, very important thing. Well, he just wants to abhor. No, he wants you to avoid at all costs with evil. Cling to what is good. That means cling, hold on both hands, don't let it go. All right? You want to catch on, you want to hold on. It's like if you get an animal and you got it right behind, you're not going to let go, let that thing turn around on you, right? If you got it from behind, you're going to not let them go. In Oxford also, they invited me to go hog hunting once. And I said, well, that'd be kind of fun. What's a gun? Oh, we don't use guns. I said, what? No, we don't use guns. We got dogs. I said, what's a dog going to do with a hog? I mean, they rhyme. That's about it to me. He said, no. So we get the dogs, and they bait them. They get in front of hogs, and we run up behind there, and we grab their back legs and lift them up. I'm out. I am not doing that. I could just see I am not going there. But I promise you, if I ever grabbed a hog by the back legs, I would never, ever let go. They'd take him to the hospital and get my hands pried off. Even after it was dead, I would not let go. I would just cling to that because I know if I let go, the other end's coming my way. Right? And listen, when you're clinging to good, if you let go of good, what do you think is going to happen? Evil's going to come back on you. So once you get a hold of good, don't let go. Don't let go. Cling to it. Cling what's good, abhor what's evil. He said it's that simple. It worked for Job. God was real impressed with Job. It'll work for you. 12:10. These are just little bits. He says this. First of all, be kindly affectionate to one another with brotherly love. He mentions love again. In honor, giving preference to one another. Show each other respect. Love them. Give them the honor that's due. Be kindly affectionate to one another. Once there's a brotherly love. He said, let love be without hypocrisy. How to do that? There's a brotherly love. And just honor them. Give preference to them. Verse 11. Not lagging in diligence, fervent in spirit, serving the Lord. Remember who you're serving. And we can go, I know we're running out of time. We can go a little bit deeper in the Colossians that everything we do is for Him. It's for Him. Every time you serve, it's serving the Lord. Every time you use a gift, it's for Him. Other people get in there and they can mess it up for you. But listen, you're serving it for Him. You're doing it for Him, for His glory, His honor, His praise. Verse 12. Rejoicing in hope, patient in tribulation, continuing steadfast in prayer. You can't do all this without prayer. He says, I promise you, if you think you're going to use your gifts without praying and seeking His face, it's not going to work well. It's just not. So we rejoice in hope. What's hope? The evidence of things not seen. Every time we see God work, we should rejoice in that. Every time God gets to use you, and you rejoice in that. Celebrate the victories. Man, it was so awesome. We were over there. We got to serve these people. We got to do this. And we see this every time we do Road to Bethlehem. We get all these people together. We set up. We do all this work. Everyone use their gifts. And we have 2,000 or more people come through every single Christmas. And we work together. We make it happen. And we celebrate all the time. And everyone's got to use their gifts, their acting gifts, their setup gifts, their serving gifts, all together. And it's a beautiful thing when we do it well. And we do it. We rejoice in hope. Patient in tribulation when things aren't going well. Listen, we do plenty of events and sometimes they don't turn out like the way we want. Be patient in that. Look at it and say, well, that didn't go well, did it? Here's the worst thing. Well, I ain't never doing that again. Well, first let's look at it. What could we have done differently? Could we have done anything differently? Yeah, not show up. Okay, well. How about let's look at this. Could we do it better? Maybe. Okay, patient in tribulation when things, be patient during those times. And then just pray, steadfast, just keep praying. And sometimes it's just as simple, Lord, what do you want us to do with this? I mean, that was our idea, it was a great idea, but apparently you had other plans. What do you want? Ask God. Do you remember what happened to Joshua? God said, I'm going to be with you, I'm going to take care of this, and it's going to be okay. They go, they conquer Jericho, and they get the walls fall down, they go in there, and they're all on, cloud 9, and they lose the next battle. to a little bitty town called Ai. Ai. That's all they got. They were so small they could only afford 2 letters. They said, should we take a harm? No, we don't. Let's not bother. Let's just take a little group of people. Let's go wipe them out. They lost that battle. Because Achan went and took some things from Jericho he shouldn't take. Now, there was something wrong, and they had to figure out what was wrong. And Joshua goes before God, says, Lord, what's wrong? He said, here's what's wrong. I'll tell you what's wrong. I said, when you go into Jericho, all that's mine. I said, yes, sir, that's it. That's right. Well, there's someone in the camp that thought it wasn't mine. Who? Get them together, and I'll tell you. You know how it goes through. And they cast lots, and went down, it went down, it went down. It chose this tribe, went down, and landed on Achan and his family. And God told him, if you don't deal with this, I'm not going to fulfill my promises to you. You better deal with this now. And he did. He did. But it was through going back to God, praying, seeking his face, and finding out what the real problem was and dealing with it. Last verse, verse 13. Distributing to the needs of the saint, given to hospitality. There are people inside the church that are hurting and broken and discouraged and needing some help. If we're so busy looking outside the church and won't take care of those in the church, we have a problem. You know that? The best thing we can do is make sure that the saints are built up so they can do their job, getting the resources they need, getting the love they need, the attention they need, so that they can do the gifts that God gave them to do. How many of you know it's really, really hard to serve when you're discouraged? How many of you know it's hard to serve when you're flat broke? Worrying about everything else that's happening that I can't. I wish I could think about that, but I can't. How many of you know if your health is not what it is, it's really hard to do what God designed you to do? It says, first of all, we need to distribute. That means we take care of the needs of the saints. Those inside the church, those on the front lines, those who are struggling, those who are having some issues. We need to make sure we're taking care of them. It says given hospitality. Make sure they know they're appreciated. Make sure they know they're loved. Take care of them. If you help them be the best they can, they're going to serve God the best they can. So it's part of a church responsibility. And people say, oh, we listen, the church needs to know. The church leadership needs to know. If there's things going on that we can help with, we need to know. We want to help you. We want to. No, we can't write a check to everybody. So don't worry about that. It's not going to happen. But we can do things for you. There's a network of believers that are here that want to help with certain needs. They want to help. And we need to let those who have that gifts serve the body of Christ here. But I promise you, if we don't know what they are, we can't meet them. If we don't know what's going on in your life, we can't have other people help you and use their gifts in your lives that want to. Why? Because you're not letting us know what they are. A phone call, an email, come and talk to pastor, tell one of the staff, say, just let us know. Just let us know. And shame on us if we don't see something wrong in your life and come to you and say, what's going on? How can we help you? We've been to help a lot of people. I'm grateful for that. But we do need to make sure that the saints are taken care of so that they can do their job. We're giving hospitality. We make them feel loved, make them feel welcome. I love when people come here for the first time and say, man, I was just awesome coming there. If they can feel the presence of God in here, you know what? I think it's because God's people are doing what God designed them to do. They're loving each other. They're helping. They're willing to serve. We do a lot of service projects. We do a lot of things here. If a body is healthy and it's portraying Christ, people are going to be attracted to that. Now, don't think for one second Satan's not going to try and mess it up. Because anything that God's doing good, Satan wants to mess up. And that's what we have to be on guard for. We have to be on guard to recognize that. But we need to do everything we can. Here's a challenge we're going to close with. I want you to use your spiritual gift to serve. That's how you bear fruit. That's how you demonstrate your faithfulness to Him. So how many know your spiritual gift? Okay. You know what your spiritual gift is? Good. How many would like to use your spiritual gift if you knew it? Say, if I knew what my gift, I'd like to use it. How many would like to serve the Lord here using that gift in the community if you knew what your gift was? I raised both hands. So, that's good. Here's some sites. If you want to take a picture of it on your camera, if you want to write it down, if you want me to give it to you, I'll email them to you later.